Hey guys, Krista Grace here. Welcome back to another pick a card reading, or pick a deck in this instance. This one is all about what is the current gossip on you. We have 3 piles to choose from: pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Quick disclaimer while you're connecting with one of the decks designs. If a message begins to put you on a downward spiral, please opt off the reading and trust that the reading is not for you today. I never sit here and conjure negative energies to ruin your day or life. So with that said, let's jump into it. Let's find out what the current gossip is on you. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Let's jump straight into it. We are going to find out what the current gossip is on pile number 1. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to take those. Dun 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 dun. Okay. We've got 2 of Cups, the Magician, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, the High Priestess, King of Pentacles, what's to be seen, the Moon. All right. Okay, so I'm kind of getting 2 messages here. Before we jump into it, obviously there is Earth, Water, and Air. Strong Cancerian placements, Pisces, Cancerian placements, and strong Aquarius placements. Is that right? Is that right? No. So, Taurus, Libra, the Magician. Okay. I'll get with the program in a minute. Oh, I just finished yoga, so I'm all like, King of Pentacles. Gossip. Yeah, look, I getting 2 sort of scenarios, and the reason why that is I know a lot of you on my platform, you are sort of shut off to love at this time. So one heavy scene or scenario I'm seeing here is like there's gossip surrounding a potential romantic encounter you are experiencing at this time, and for others of you it is something completely different. So if you are seeing anyone, I definitely feel like this person is represented by the King of Pentacles. I feel like the gossip surrounding you at the moment is that you have officially found a secure relationship with somebody who's very patient, very dependable, somebody who could be a single father or a single mother here. I also feel like the gossip surrounding both you and this person is the fact that you'll both provide a very safe and secure relationship with one another. You're both very protective kind of people. And therefore, you both will be able to delve into a serious relationship. So there is this heavy energy surrounding a romantic connection for some of you, not all of you, obviously. And obviously that confirmation is given here with the 2 of Cups. This is telling me there's gossip surrounding a partnership, one where there is a lot of attraction between you and another person. It's telling me there's gossip surrounding you joining forces with a King of Pentacles. Okay, now you could know this person through work, so it could be work people gossiping about it. But with the Magician here, I like to see this here because I feel like people are gossiping about how this is long overdue. This is something that you have been yearning for. You have gone through a lot of endings with karmic relationships. You heavily use your intuition now in order to attract or manifest the kind of love that you desire, is what I feel some gossip is happening here or being said here. But yeah, the Magician coming out, it's a card that will talk about commitment and happiness and that you're ready in a relationship. So people are definitely talking about how you're moving to a new, deeper level with a certain person. And that certain person is seen here as the King of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles for me also suggests that people could be talking about like how positive this union is with you and this person. Like it's going to be a very positive outcome or a positive relationship. I think that both of you may share like similar hobbies, so people could be talking about how you will be able to easily grow together with this person because you have the similar interests, whether that is diet, exercise, footy, like, you know, or music. Like there just seems to be some sort of conversation happening about you and this person having a similar vibe. Which is great, which means like the people that are gossiping about this connection aren't toxic, right? And I think with the Ten of Swords here, although we've sort of touched on it, I feel like people are gossiping that like hopefully this doesn't lead to failure. Hopefully this doesn't lead to another dead end relationship for you, because you've already endured enough, right? So that's all I'm really picking up with the Ten of Swords. And then with the High Priestess, this sort of tells me that people are gossiping about, I don't know, I don't know if it's about maybe this connection being a very spiritual connection, or it could be the fact that people are just talking about you being very patient when it has come to love. Like you haven't allowed, you know, your toxic experiences to impact you continually, like keeping hope that you will find somebody as great as this King of Pentacles that you have found. So that's all I'm really getting with that scenario. Now, if you're not seeing anyone, people are gossiping about you being the King of Pentacles, right? So I actually feel like with the Two of Cups coming out of here, I feel like you have a lot of people who are, you know, romantically invested in you or interested in you. And that is also being talked about, or that is what is being talked about with the Two of Cups leading this this reading. But the King of Pentacles here tells me that you are being spoken about in regards of King of Pentacles traits, which is very in high regard. I feel like people are gossiping about you being very abundant. You're very protective of your own energy. You're very secure within yourself. Following on from that, I feel like there is gossip surrounding you that you are trying to like maybe focus more on your abundance and like your financial security as to a relationship as this time. I feel like people could be talking about your successful business ventures, if you have any, that you are very hardworking and all of your hard work has always led to financial stability. Hence why people see you as a catch, is what I feel like they're talking about. The Two of Cups tells me people are gossiping about having a romantic connection with you, that you are a very desired individual. For some of you, there could be a person around you who is the same gender as you, who is gossiping about having a blossoming romance with you, or is that or that they're very attracted to you and would like to have some kind of, you know, partnership with you. Be mindful, Two of Cups can talk about a beneficial relationship, and the fact that you're being represented by the King of Pentacles. Just be mindful, there could be gold diggers around you. Just want to flag that, because when I see the word two words, beneficial relationship, with a really wealthy person and a super broke person, I would have to question like, and they say, and the super broke person's like, it will be a beneficial relationship. I would have to question their intentions. I'm not saying, or I'm not trying to say I'm against, you know, broke people being with rich people being with broke people, but it's how like a person with less money will behave towards a person with more money is what I'm getting at. So I just want to clarify that before somebody fucking loses their shit over that. But yeah, the Two of Cups definitely tells me people feel very like very connected to you through, I would have to say, through some kind, through your wealth, to be honest, through your stability. For some of you are quite wealthy, and I just wanted to flag that I think a lot of people can see this, maybe through the way you dress, what you do for work, you know, the things that you buy in store. So the Magician tells me what people could be gossiping about is maybe something to do with like your intellectual power. You're very logical and you have a lot of skills. You know, I feel like if you've got a lot of streams of income, I feel like there's gossip surrounding that aligned with the Magician here. Like people are gossiping about how skillful you are and you're kind of like a jack of all trades. Like you're very inspirational is what I feel with the Magician here. You're a person who takes action to whatever you put your energy into, and you're a person who seems to always reap the benefits of their manifestations is what people are talking about when I see the Magician. You are very witchy woo woo, and we get that here with the Magician and the High Priestess here, and I think a lot of people are talking about your spirituality, how you have higher knowledge, or you have a connection to higher beings. You're a person who very much trusts your inner voice. With the High Priestess here, I will jump back to the Three of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. But yeah, I definitely feel like people see you as somebody who's highly spiritual, very intuitive, and somebody who knows things, who knows people's secrets is what I'm hearing with the High Priestess here. Some of you are obviously tarot readers, psychic mediums, so I would say people are gossiping about that, especially if you have a business. People are talking about that in a positive light. I don't feel like I'm not picking up negative bullshit with this pile. I feel like a lot of people put you on a pedestal. King of Pentacles people are normally got it pretty easy in life in the regards to like they're well respected because people can see that they're hard workers and they're self-made. Okay, so I do feel like a lot of you have a lot of a lot of respect from those around you or who's coming up in this reading. The Three of Pentacles is a card that kind of comes back into that work energy I was picking up. I think people talk about how great it is to work with you. They also talk about how much work sucks when you decide to quit and move on to another job. I feel like based off that, and to add on a little bit more of that, people talk about you will listen to your inner voice when things need to come to an end with a job or a creative project. Like you know when to stop and you know when to walk away because you listen to your intuition, or if you have spirit guides, that is what people are talking about. You know, pile number one chose to leave the job because their intuition told them to. Like they talk about your spirituality in that regard, like you're always right. Your intuition is always right. Your intuition always knows when something's going to come to an end, when something's not good for you, when something's not going to serve your highest power. Pile one knows when to like cut cords because of their intuition. It's a great thing that people are talking about that, because that may activate them, pile one, to also tap into their inner knowing, their inner wisdom. But yeah, the Three of Pentacles definitely tells me people really appreciate working with you. They love collaborating with you. Maybe there are people around you gossiping about wanting to collaborate with you, that they feel that they have shared goals and wish you would put in the effort to think about collaborating. Some of you are very lone wolves. You don't really like to work in groups, but there are plenty of people around you who would love to work with you. Maybe in that spiritual space as well. So if you are into tarot and that sort of stuff, you've got a YouTube reading, it could be in regards to that. But yeah, the Ten of Swords could be talking about any grief or sadness that you have endured in the past. But I feel like it's in a positive light, like instead of you getting really bitter or, becoming like collapsed in failure, like you're a person who just trusts in everything happens for a reason with the Ten of Swords and the High Priestess, and you keep it moving. You don't allow things to hold you down for too long is what I feel people talk about. But that is what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. So let's get into it. Let's find out what the current gossip is on. Oh yeah. Maybe nothing. Nah, there's always something. Seven of Swords. What'd you steal, pile number two? Oh, this looks All right. These are cool cards. I like cards like this. All right. We have Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We have, excuse me, Seven of Swords, Strength, Five of Cups, Three of Wands, the Star. So we've got water element, air element, fire element. And then we have Leo, and then the star. The star, is it Aquarius? Probably. Two of Cups. I don't know what's going on here, but this looks like, isn't that funny? Like we have a cat here, tiger on her back. Look, in hindsight here, Two of Cups is telling me you're either in a dating pool at the moment, or people are wanting to talk about, or they're gossiping about who you're dating. So I feel like with the Seven of Swords leading the reading here, I actually feel like people, what they're gossiping about is that you are hiding a romantic encounter, or you have been hiding a relationship. And I feel like with the Five of Cups here, it's because you are like, the reason why you're not being open about this connection is because it's likely that you are maybe not too optimistic about it, you know, being successful. So you are being more strategic here. Like I see a very strong strategy mindset with this Three of Wands, a lot of planning about how you can ensure like this connection goes the distance with the star. You know, the stars are always very far away. So there could be gossip around that. If some of you are seeing somebody, I feel like people are gossiping about the fact that you are keeping this connection hidden. You know, you are keeping this connection between you and this person to prevent any, like, you know, social disappointment, like, or public disappointment. You know, another failed relationship for some of you is sort of one scenario I'm getting here. Now, if you're like, nah, doesn't resonate, well, I would have to say the Two of Cups, the energy here, this is telling me that people are gossiping either way about a blossoming romance or some kind of partnership. Some of you could have gone into some kind of business partnership, or people could be gossiping about, I don't know, some kind of having some kind of successful partnership with you, whether or not that is romantically or in finances. But there is gossip surrounding you being a potential soulmate. That's the overall vibe of your reading today for this one. So if you don't like it, lump it. So the Seven of Swords, right? This kind of gives me the impression that if you are really shut off to love, people could be talking about the Seven of Swords energy as to why, like, it's not easy to sort of take action towards you. Like, I actually think a lot of you, when people go out on dates with you, they always leave wanting to know more. Like, you're very mysterious. You don't put all your cards out on the table. You kind of make people really work to get to know you. It probably takes you a good 12 months for people to earn your trust. And I think with the Seven of Swords, people, what they're gossiping about is like, you're a person who has experienced a lot of betrayal, deception. Maybe you've endured a lot of like affairs or been a third person. So now you're a person that, you know, is very strategic when they date. You're not a person who just dates anyone too. Here is what I'm seeing. You're a person who actually invests time and energy in figuring out who you want to date and why you want to date them. You're a person who can, who needs to be sort of like wooed, is what I feel. It's funny because the Seven of Swords is heavily linked with gossip, especially in the workplace. So just be mindful. It is a card that talks about hidden feelings. So the fact that we do have the Two of Cups and the Seven of Swords, people are gossiping about hidden feelings that they have for you, or hidden feelings they think you have for them. Okay, so just be mindful. You have people very much up in your business right now and wanting to know all about your love life is what I would have to say here. The Strength card tells me people are talking about some kind of like, honestly, for some of you, it's a fiery romance that people are talking about. Like, you've obviously met somebody that matches your like vibe. For others of you, people are talking about you going through a rough patch. So, be mindful. Pile number 2 is like, going through it. So leave them the fuck alone. And it could be the fact some of you have just recently gone through some kind of infidelity experience. So people are kind of coming through with the strength, energy, and saying like, just back off, especially if they're interested in you. I think people are being very mindful of that as well. So you do have good people around you gossiping, but you also have some people who are just being nosy, is what I feel. I definitely feel like with the 7 of Swords and the strength, people are gossiping about your inner strength. Like you're a person that, although you have endured a lot of like disappointment, loss, and grief, you're a person who kind of doesn't allow it to affect your goals, your dreams. You kind of keep it moving, which is great. Like it's one thing to sit around crying, but to sit around crying for 3 months, 3 years, like there's no point doing that. You're gonna miss out on so much of life, allowing another person to take that much time who just, anyway, that's my tough love opinion there. Easier said than done, and I know that. But yeah, the 5 of Cups tells me what people are talking about is some kind of like breakup or heartbreak that you have endured. If you do have any regrets, especially when it comes to love, people are talking about that. If you are currently mourning any disappointment you've experienced, any grief, people are gossiping about that, unfortunately. But they're following through with that, like you're strong, you'll get over it, like it's for some of you, it could be like people are gossiping about that you can never seem to catch a break in the dating world. Maybe it's because you are too focused on work. You are too focused on the cosmos too here. Some people could be gossiping about you being, maybe a bit too quirky, too spiritual into finding a match for you, for yourself. But yeah, the 3 of Wands talks about, gossip surrounding you wanting to take a relationship to the next level. Somebody who wants to like continuously move forward, who likes to travel. Either way, I feel like the 3 of Wands is a very positive energy being spoken about. But, we've got 3 people working heavily, like well together. I wouldn't be surprised if this was look like more like the 3 of Pentacles. But I think people gossip about your strategic mindset. We see that with the 7 of Swords. We see that here with the 3 of Wands. And I feel like with the Star here, people are gossiping about your unique way of thinking. Like you're very unique, you're very different. So people are talking about that at this time. But yeah, the 3 of Wands definitely tells me that people talk about your level of confidence. So we see confidence here with the strength and also the 3 of Wands. And the fact that the 5 of Cups is wedged in the middle of those 2 cards, I feel like people could be gossiping about like you're still very confident even though you've experienced a lot of betrayal and disappointment. Like you haven't allowed it to hinder like how you feel about yourself. And I think that's a beautiful energy to be in, and it's something that you should be sharing with the world if you're not. And then to close out your reading with the Star, like what people could be gossiping about here is, I feel like, based off this energy and what she's doing in the imagery is your level of creativity, right? There is this like spiritual energy about you. There's this healing energy about you. You're very inspirational. You're very hopeful. And I feel like that's what people are talking about. You don't allow disappointments in your past to hinder your present or your future. And I feel like a lot of you're teachers in this area. And I think a lot of people are talking about that. Like, pile 1, just keeps getting back on the horse. They could go through lots of disappointments, in love, but they still don't allow that to hinder their journey, to hinder their plans. Your future plans are never hindered by disappointment or loss. And I think that is probably a big talking topic about you guys at this time. So that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that message. The black cat came to say hello, but sending all my love and light to you. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. We are not taking reversals. We're going to jump straight into it. Show me what is the current gossip on pile number 3. What is the current gossip number? People number three. Wow. Wow, lots of fire. What do we got on the bottom of the deck? 7 of Swords. Weird. Some of you have come from the previous pile. If you haven't, just ignore that. But welcome back. Thank you for, stoked that you feel called to delve into more messages. So we have the 3 of Wands, the Strength, the 2 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 7 of Swords. What are you hiding? No. Yeah, look, we've got a lot of fire here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got 10 of Cups, so some water elements and air with the 7 of Swords. Leo, strong Leo with the Strength. All right, so because we have the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands here, I actually feel like with the 7 of Swords, it's not just a card about deception, betrayal, and infidelity and all this fucking like negative shit. It is a card that talks about strategy and somebody like scheming, but I feel because we have 2 planning cards here, I actually feel like the 7 of Swords, what people are talking about is how strategic you are, okay? And in a positive light, right? Okay, I feel like what people are talking about is that you have come from the depths of darkness, and because of that, you've learned how to be more strategic in this life. You know how to plan for the future. You know how to see things for what they truly are. You are a very courageous person. You're a very brave person to be able to take action towards things that make you happy. And because you do that, you are a very, very victorious individual. A lot of you are very famous in the public eye, whether you believe that or not. Because of your strategies, you are very famous in your community, is what I feel with the 6 of Wands here. Even connecting with your energy pile 3 is very different to the other piles. Like, I feel like you guys you've allowed me easily to connect with your energy. You see what I see, and I see a lot. I can be walking around and I'll just be like, no, I just know things about people that I shouldn't know, and it's a burden, right? And I feel like a lot of you can connect with that or resonate with that. But back to you. So people are strongly gossiping about your strategic nature, right? Your strategies in life and how successful they've become. I also feel like and that is the main gist of what people are gossiping about. They're gossiping about your plans that you've put in place. Like, you guys are preparing for something for the future, and it's going to require you to sort of dig deep. Or be courageous, be brave in these endeavors, because it's something that could be deemed quite risky here. It could be something that is left of field, but maybe is going to put you in a fish out of water experience. Maybe it's the first time you're doing this, like buying a house, building a house, getting an investment property. Either way, I feel like people are gossiping about some kind of strategy you are planning on at this moment, or planning to roll out at this time. And I feel like there is a lot of positive gossip surrounding your strategic nature, your strategy you've currently put in place. We're seeing all the swords here, but that looks like, for me, that looks like a rope around a yarn ball, meaning everything's locked up and tight. So people could be gossiping about how you have a strategy in place, but you're not sharing it with anyone. You're keeping everything very close to your chest. And as time unfolds, as the future progresses, that is when you will start sharing that information with people. So yeah. Yeah. Either way, like it's about foresight, Three of Wands, right? So people could be gossiping about the strategies that you put in place is because it's like you have foresight, a bit like, psychic abilities, intuition. And people are gossiping about that. A lot of your success comes from foresight. A lot of your success comes from you confidently moving towards the future, you confidently taking positive action towards things that are going to have, that are going to bring you a lot of happiness here with the Ten of Cups. Either way, like I think, there is gossip surrounding some kind of decision making, what you weighing up your options, but then taking action towards it. And I actually feel like people could, it's like you do these back to front, and that's what people are gossiping about. You take action towards something, you might find a bit of a obstacle or challenge, but you are able to overcome that through willpower, due diligence, and then you kind of come back to a planning stage. And when you do that, it brings a lot of like success with the Ten of Cups and the Six of Wands here. So people could be talking about or gossiping about a strategy that you're currently rolling out that could seem a bit backwards. So like 1 minute you're doing it, next minute you're not. 1 minute you're doing it again, next minute you're not. And this could happen over like the years. So people could be talking about this strategy taking a bit of time to actually get off the ground, but you now have got it off the ground is what I'm hearing. If that's not resonating, then it has something to do with growth, right? There's some kind of strategy you've put in place, and people are gossiping about how much that has made you grow in a positive or expand, or allowed you opportunities, like bigger opportunities have come towards you. I definitely feel like if your finances have stabilized, people are gossiping about that with the Three of Wands. And I feel like that is all coming back down to the willpower aspect of the Strength card. Like people are gossiping about how much willpower it has taken you to get you where you are today. You've definitely overcome a lot of self-doubt is what I feel people are talking about. And that's allowed you to take the first steps in whatever it is you're doing right now, because this card talks about taking risks. And you have taken a risk that has led to happiness and victory. And that is what people are talking about. If that has not happened yet, that is what they believe will happen here. And I think because there's so many of you who have picked this pile, that's why I'm getting a bit confused in my messages. So sorry if it sounded really fucking flimsy or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, people are definitely seeing you in a different light at the moment. They see you as somebody who's leaving their comfort zone to step in some kind of financial abundance is what I feel here. Even though we have no pentacles here, I just kind of get work vibes here. I get you're taking risks in order for a brighter future is what I feel with the Ten of Cups. And the Six of Wands, because the Six of Wands is a very progressive card. It's a card that talks about success and victory. And I think a lot of you people could be gossiping about you having a lot more self-confidence. You've overcome self-doubt, and now you're in an energy of a lot more self-confidence. And it's whatever strategy you've put in place, or whatever strategy you put in place, and then you won. Like you've won something. And I feel like a lot of you have won a lot of respect from people around you. But yeah, there's definitely conversations happening about your financial stability. Okay, and some kind of reward you've received or recognition at work if you have. You are doing really well in the career space is what people are talking about. And that is what's like, to have the Ten of Cups here, people are definitely talking about your happiness and how you have a lot of fulfillment in your life. You're very secure. You're very aligned, right? If you are in a relationship, just on a side note, people could be talking about a long-term relationship that you have been in, and, when you're taking it to the next level, if that resonates, won't for everyone. Financial security. That's all I'm hearing. Everyone is talking about that. So I would have to say a lot of you are investing time and energy into enhancing your financial abundance. And that seems to be what everyone is currently talking about. It's Next time we do another gossip thing, I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to have a lot of people being very jealous about your financial success, because if this has just been initiated or this has just became common knowledge for people, then naturally you're going to have haters, because that's just the way people work. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. I really hope that found the right audience. But yeah, sending all my love and light. Bye.